Assalamu alaikum to all viewers who are watching this live session across Pakistan organized by HR Consultants. Let me give you a brief introduction about this. HR Consultants is one of the oldest and most reputed education consultancy in Pakistan and providing education consultancy to Pakistani students since 1993. We are officially representing more than 150 universities across the world. Various services which we provide, such as academic counseling, securing admissions, guidance, how to apply for visa, securing university accommodations, and free departure guidance. We have offices in almost all major cities in Pakistan, and we also offer private counseling sessions for students and parents through Skype and WhatsApp, or face-to-face in office as well. So if you book an appointment, please contact us at 0346 4747 043. Now, today I'm with Mr. Call, University of Birmingham representative. Thank you, Mr. Call, that you join us today. And thank you, Ms. Faria, that you join us today. And I will discuss you about further University of Birmingham. Now, over to you, Ms. Faria.
Yeah. Hi, Carl. Hope you're doing well.
Hi, fine, thank you, Faria. Hope you are too.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Please, could you please little introduce about the University of Birmingham and what are the major faculties they are having, and what are the main courses and main main faculties and famous faculties for Pakistani students, especially because students wants to know about the faculties and courses offered in Birmingham University.
Sure, Faria, thank you. Yeah, I'd love to. But first of all, I'd like to just extend a welcome to everybody who's looking in on Facebook and everybody who'll be looking moving forward as well. And also thanks to you at HR for hosting this for us. So that's very good of you to do that. I think initially what I'd like to do is to share with you a short video about our campus. And that just gives the viewers a flavour of the campus itself, and you can't actually get away from the beauty of our campus. I'll have a little bit of an overview of that, and then maybe I can answer some of those questions, Faria, that you've just asked after that, if that's okay. So I'll just share my screen with you all. Hopefully this will work. Bear with me one second.
Yes, this is perfectly fine. Yeah.
You can see it, great. Okay, so let me just play this video for you now. So welcome to the University of Birmingham. And to get into the city is less than 10 minutes. So hopefully you can see how lovely it is, and that students would actually want to come and experience that for themselves. I think one thing that it's important to mention though initially is about the pandemic that's obviously currently gripping the whole world. So COVID. In terms of how the university are approaching COVID in the UK is we're planning to still open in September as normal. But obviously with social distancing measures in place, and we've got a fact sheet actually on our page, on our first opening landing page of the university. So anybody wanting to find out more about sort of specific detail can have a look on there, and that's updated very frequently. So you just go to birmingham.ac.uk, so www.birmingham.ac.uk. And you'll be able to find out about how the university is maintaining its safety for both its students and its staff during this very difficult time. We're also considering actually doing much later arrivals than we normally would be, and also potentially running some programs in January as well, but that's yet to be decided. We'll find that out by the end of this month. By the end of July, and then we'll be able to share that news with everybody. So that's a brief update on the situation around COVID as well and how the university is dealing with that. So Faria, what questions would you like me to answer?
Yeah, first I just want to say that it was really amazing video that explained about the whole University of Birmingham and about the campus and about the facilities of the campus, and it was really nice video for the students and very student can aware of everything like accommodation, hospital, other facilities as well. Could you please, one of my question is that does Birmingham City University accept the students with 2 years of bachelor's who have 14 years of undergrad studies in Pakistan? Does they accept those students who have 14 years of education completed in Pakistan, and what will be the route for
Do you
the
mean
students?
to go onto an undergraduate program? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So if they've already done some study at university already, then we will actually look at considering them to go on to one of our programs. Now, whether we can actually accept a credit transfer, which is what I think you might be asking, then that is dependent upon how much study they've actually done. Usually we wouldn't accept any students on via a transfer program to anything higher than year 2, but we would have to assess what they've currently studied first before we could actually confirm that.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. We do have our one thing that I didn't mention as part of that video was we do have a Dubai campus. However, now our Dubai campus, they are looking at, they are more open to credit transfers than we are in the UK. So that might be something that a student might want to consider as a Dubai as an option. Our Dubai campus is owned and run by the university itself. It's not franchised. And if you get a degree from our Dubai campus, then it's exactly the same as getting a degree from the UK campus. It's no different. And if you're an undergraduate student, you also have the opportunity to spend a year at the UK campus, even if you decide to go to the Dubai campus first. So that's something to bear in mind. And when we talk about scholarships later, I'll mention about the scholarships from the Dubai campus because they're much more generous in Dubai than we have in the UK.
Okay, that's great. One of the students has asked the question that he is staying in Abu Dhabi for employment visa and he wants to study to proceed further, hopefully in Dubai or in UK, both campuses.
Yeah. I mean, that would be great. I mean, if he's already working in the UAE, then definitely he could actually have a look at joining the Dubai campus. That would be something that would be really good for him to do. And if possible, the Dubai campus is actually open. If he wanted to go and visit, he could actually make an appointment to go and visit.
Yeah, okay. Is entry requirement same for Dubai campus and UK campus?
Absolutely, there's no difference in entry requirements. It's exactly the same. The only and in terms of the price as well, the price of the courses are exactly the same. But where the difference is, like I said earlier, is there much bigger scholarships available from the Dubai campus.
Okay, and how much scholarship offering for Dubai campus?
So it varies, but up to 50%.
Oh, that's great. It's
Yes,
so much
it's
good,
really big
good scholarship and big amount if they're offering 50%. Okay.
I just need to clarify that it's up to 50%.
It's up to 50%. That's great. Yeah, that's great. It's depend on student profile and case to case basis.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's great. Do you offer placement programs?
Sorry Miss Maria, before your next question मैं अपने ऑडियंस को कुछ यहाँ पर इन्फॉर्म करना चाहूँगा। जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं कि आज हमारे साथ अवेलेबल है मिस्टर पॉल जो कि यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ बर्मिंघम के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है। वो स्टूडेंट्स स्पेशली यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ बर्मिंघम में अप्लाई करना चाहते हैं, फौरन से अभी अपनी इंक्वायरी को प्लेस करें। आपकी जो भी क्यूरीज हैं रिलेटेड आयरन स्पीच स्ट्रक्चर यूनिवर्सिटी से रिलेटेड आपकी तमाम क्यूरीज को लाइव क्लियर किया जाएगा और आप अपने डॉक्यूमेंट्स हमें व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हैं। फौरन से आपका एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस की जाएगी, एडमिशन प्रोसेस किए जाएंगे। तो इस अगर आप वाकई में चाह रहे हैं यूके में स्टडी करना चाहते हैं यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ बर्मिंघम में, तो फौरन से अपनी क्यूरीज को लाइव क्लियर कीजिए। यस मिस प्रिया, प्लीज यू कैन कंटिन्यू।
Yeah, thank you, Tahir. Carl, could you please explain about the entry requirements for foundation students? And do you accept HSC students directly into the bachelor's entry? Or what are the entry requirements for the HSSC students?
Okay, so HSC students, they would need to come and do a foundation first. We offer foundation both in the UK and in Dubai, and it's a 4-year integrated foundation program. So they start in what's called year 0, and then they progress through to year 1, 2, and 3 of whichever program it is that they want to apply for. So we do accept them onto foundation. They need a minimum of 65% in their HSC in order to look at getting onto one of those type of programs. And if they want to do a program which has got mathematics, then they will need to have a higher level of maths. So they need to be looking at around 70% in their maths to go on to something like maths or physics or some engineering programs that we actually offer as well, or computer science.
Oh, that's great. Could you, if student is having 80% or above in HSSC, would you accept for the direct entry into bachelor's?
No, unfortunately not. They would have to have done either an A level or an IB. If they're doing HSC, they do need to go through the foundation route.
Until unless they have a good score, a good percentage in HSC, they have to come through the foundation route.
Yes, they would.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Okay. Next question is that could you please explain the IGSC requirements for direct entry students or A-levels entry requirements for direct FSC students? Yeah.
So again, it's going to depend on what program you're actually applying for. So we have the university has sort of a blanket standard, if you like. So IGCSE grades, they'll be looking at a minimum grade of C in mathematics and a minimum grade of C in English. So that's at IGCSE level, okay? So that's what they'll be looking for. But some programs do differ. So you do need to have a look on our website. So for example, our law degree if you wanted to come on to do law at the university, then in terms of your IGCSE grade, we'd be looking for a higher standard. So it would be a B in mathematics and a B in English. So it does change, and you need to look at our entry requirements on the website. But we do have a blanket standard that we won't go below. And like I said, that's maths and English C grade in IGCSE. In terms of A level, so when we're going up to our A level grades and go for direct entry, what you'd be looking at, again, will vary from one subject to another. But typically, you're looking at a minimum of 2 A's and a B and above. Yeah.
Okay. Can you highlight what University of Birmingham has planned for the students, Cambridge students? As you know that Cambridge has postponed the exams and they are assessing students on their previous exams and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So once we get those assessments, when they come in on the 13th of August, we will actually just action those accordingly based on their assessment. And then we will write to any of the specific offer holders that we have currently at that time, and obviously confirm those decisions at that point. It's not really any different from what we do from every year. It's exactly the same, because the Cambridge exam boards will actually be sending all of those results to us.
Oh, that's great. I just want to say something to my students that if you want to study, apply for studies in Birmingham University, sorry,
Yeah.
you can contact me on my WhatsApp number, that is 0346 4747 002, or you can directly call me on this number. We can help you in your admission and visa prospects.
Yeah.
Over to Tahir. Do you have any question?
Yeah, I have a question. Can you tell me, Mr. Kaur, what's the minimum requirement of undergraduate students? What's the minimum percentage required for undergraduate students?
So are you talking about A levels, IB?
HSSC students. I'm talking about HSSC students, inter students.
Like I said earlier, HSC students would need to do foundation, and the minimum requirement would be 65%. And the only exception to that would be if they're going for a program that requires mathematics, they need to get 70% in their maths.
Okay, if student have study gap with in 1 or 2 years, then they can apply for direct bachelor program. If student have 65%, but if they have study gap, then they can apply for undergraduate direct bachelor.
No, however they would always need to apply for foundation, even if they've had a study gap. In fact, probably especially if they've had a study gap, they would need to actually apply for foundation. They would not be allowed to apply for direct entry.
Okay. Now my next question is, yes, Mr. Please.
Yeah, you can ask.
My next question is, can you tell us about the bachelor requirement? For example, students want to apply in master, then what's the requirement for bachelor Cgpa? What's the minimum requirement for Cgpa?
Right, I get you, to move on to a postgraduate course.
Yeah.
So in that case, if you're looking at postgrad, then we look generally around a 3.2 Cgpa. However, for certain universities, we can actually consider 2.8. So we will drop it. So for high-level universities, we will consider students at 2.8, but generally we look around 3.2. So anywhere between 3 and 3.2, we would consider to be an option. But like I said, for certain high-level universities in Pakistan, we'd look at 2.8 as well. But we will look at your grades within every year of your studies and specific areas as well, specific modules. So if you're applying for computer science, for example, if you're going for something like artificial intelligence or human-computer interaction or something along those lines, we will look at specific module grades as well as your overall grade.
Okay, that means students have 2.8 Cgpa, then we can apply for Birmingham University.
Only from certain universities, but if you make an application, then we will be able to assess that.
Okay, yes, Ms. Maria, you can ask your question.
Carl, I have a question. For those students who have done their IBs from here in Pakistan, what are the entry requirements for IB that are for direct entry into bachelor's degree?
Okay, so again, this is all on our website, and there's so many differences in terms of the grades depending on the subject you're going for. But overall, what we look at is a minimum of 32 points in your IB.
Yeah.
And then we'll look at your specific HL scores. So whatever your higher level scores are. Now that is going to depend on the course. So again, let's take law as an example. In fact, no, let's take business management as an example. So we're looking at 2 A's and a B, for our business management course. So in terms of the IB equivalent, we'd be looking at 2 6s and a 5 in HL subjects. Okay,
that's great.
They must have 32 points overall.
Yeah, thank you. Please, my next question is, do you offer placement programs for the master's degree? And if you offer placement program, did you charge any additional fee for the program?
So in terms of placements at postgraduate level, we don't advertise any placements at postgrad level. Okay, we do for undergraduate, but not for postgraduate. Now, what we do have, though, I can tell you that we are actually in the top 2 universities in the UK for graduate employability. All right, so we're very highly ranked in terms of our graduate employability. And that basically means that throughout all of our different colleges, we work on a collegiate system at the University of Birmingham. So basically we have 5 different colleges, and in each college, they actually have a placements officer, and the placements officer is there specifically to assist our postgrad students as well as our undergrad students with any placement opportunities that arise. We also have about 150 different types of events throughout the year. So our careers service, one of the largest in the UK, they actually support all of our students with any skills building that they will need to secure placement jobs. We also do a lot of different types of employment fairs as well at the university, where students will get to meet employers, not just in the UK, but global employers, to see what opportunities are available. And then from there, they need to impress those employers and hopefully secure an internship or a placement on the back of that.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Any top-up programs offered by University of Birmingham, and what is the eligibility criteria?
So there's no top-up program. So you find that Russell Group universities. So the University of Birmingham is a Russell Group. All Russell Group universities primarily focus on research. You tend to find that it's new universities that offer top-up programs. And you've mentioned Birmingham City, for example. They're a new university. They're more likely to open, to offer top-ups. But the University of Birmingham, and it's quite important that you get that distinction right, we're in a different type of university. So we don't offer top-ups, and most Russell Group will not offer top-up programs.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Paul, I have a question. Can you tell us about ACCA program? Do you offering ACCA program, because mostly students want to apply University of Birmingham ACCA program? Can you tell us about ACCA program? Do you offering ACCA?
So we don't offer ACCA programs, but we do offer exemptions for that. So so if you've studied on the ACCA, beg your pardon, program, then we will offer various different exemptions for what you've already completed.
Okay, and what about the law programs?
And within law, yes, yeah, we offer a variety of different law programs, both LLB and LLM, in all different types of areas, including Islamic law.
Okay, what's the requirement for law programs? What's the minimum CGPA required for law programs?
So again, like I said earlier,
I'm asking to you, what the minimum CGPA required for law programs? Students want to apply for LLM, for example, what the requirements for law programs?
Yeah, so they'd need to have done some sort of LLB program first in their bachelor's, okay? And then following on from there, we'll actually be looking at them getting a good grade. So like I said earlier, depending on the university that they've studied at for their bachelor's will depend on the CGPA at postgrad level. So it could be anywhere between 2.8 up to 3.2 or above.
Okay, thank you. Now my question is, can you tell us about IELTS? What the requirements for IELTS for postgraduate and undergraduate programs?
Sure. Again, they will range depending on the program. So we actually, our programs range anywhere from 6.0 up to 7.0, depending on the actual program in question. So I'll give you an example. For our law program, you're looking at 7.0. You need a high level English to do that. If you're looking to do computer science, or if you're looking to do an engineering program, you're looking at 6.0 as the overall grade, with no less than 5.5 in any of those particular bandings.
Okay, it depends on courses, or that you are giving all the courses the same requirement for IELTS.
It depends on the course. It changes. Yeah.
Okay.
And on our website, if you look at the entry requirements on our website, it will clearly tell you what the English requirement is.
Okay, I want to ask about now. Can you tell us all the students that you are giving without IELTS admission or not?
No, unless they've done A-level. If they've done A-level English, then we will look at exemption for A-level English, and also IB Diploma English. We'll look at exemption for that. But other than that, they would have to complete either IELTS or TOEFL, or we've introduced for this year Duolingo as well, and Password English is the other one that we're accepting for this year. And that was because a lot of the IELTS test centres were closed due to the coronavirus. So some of these you can actually do online from home.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
Sophia, please.
Thank you. Carl, don't you accept English proficiency letters if student has completed their bachelor's from any good ranked university like NUST, LUMS, and IBA, like good universities?
No.
No?
They would have to do the English language test.
English language test. Yeah, Duolingo is one of the best. It's comparatively, it's an easy test as an alternate of IELTS.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And could you please explain what will be the process for CAS issuance? Do you have credibility interviews or financial checks before issuing CAS letter?
No, so we don't do any of that. We would issue the CAS letter. We would expect yourselves, from our agent perspective, our representatives in country, to do a lot of those checks on our behalf. We would issue the CAS as long as you get an unconditional offer from us. You'll then get a CAS letter. And then when you go ahead and you obviously apply for your visa, then the visa office may well require an interview. But I'm sure you as an agency would actually assist all of those applicants with any type of visa interview advice.
Okay. Is your university deals in credit transfer cases?
No.
Well, undergrad, no?
We can do. It's not something we do as a matter of course, but we can look at credit transfers, more so in our Dubai campus than in our UK campus.
Okay, that's great. And could you please explain about the scholarships?
Sure. So from the UK side, I should really mention how many programs we have. So we have over 600 postgraduate programs in a lot of different areas, and we have over 300 undergraduate programs. So there's a lot of choice there for students at the University of Birmingham. And in terms of that, in terms of the breadth of courses that we offer, we have a business school, we have a medical and dental school, we have a life and environmental sciences school. We also have or I should say college. We also have a College of Arts and Law, and we have a College of Social Sciences. So because our university is such an old university, as you saw from the video there, dates back to 1900, we're a very highly ranked university as well. So we're in the top 100 universities in the world. So very, very highly ranked. And we're in the top 15 universities in the UK. So we've got a broad portfolio available for students to look at. Now, on the back of that, in terms of our scholarships at undergraduate level, we have scholarships which are automatic scholarships for anybody doing an engineering or physical sciences course, up to £3,000 every year of their studies. We also have at undergraduate level the option for students to get a scholarship from our law school. Again, our law school has scholarships up to the value of £3,000. They're automatic, you don't apply for them. If you've got the right grades, then you will be allocated one of those particular scholarships. And again, that's up to £3,000 for every year of your studies. We also have a music scholarship as well. So that's available to students if they're good at music and they want to come from Pakistan to study that. And we have sports scholarships available. The sports scholarships are dependent upon the level of sport and the type of sport that they actually do, but they must be playing at national or international level to try and get one of those sports scholarships. So they're the undergraduate ones. At postgraduate level, we also have scholarships for MBA, so full scholarship for MBA we have available. We have some other scholarships available around our master's management programs in business as well. So there's scholarships worth up to £10,000 with that one. And then we've also partnered with Chevening. Now, obviously, the deadlines for some of these scholarships have passed, but Chevening, we partner with them. So we have 16 fully funded tuition awards with Chevening as well. And obviously there's the Commonwealth scholarships. So there's quite a lot of different scholarships that students can apply for at the University of Birmingham. And in our Dubai campus, though, it's slightly different because I mentioned to you, you can get up to 50% discount off the price there. That is very much dependent upon your grades. So if you get good grades, you will be allocated a scholarship. But even if you get an offer, so just for getting an offer in our Dubai campus, you get 10% discount straight away. Okay. That's just for getting an offer. And if you meet our deposit payment deadline, which is coming up very soon, actually, it's the end of this month, you also get an additional 10% off. And that's the first 10% I spoke about, you get that every year of your studies. The deposit payment one is just a one-off for the first year. But if your grades are above what we're asking for, 1 point above, 2 points above, 3 points above, this is where you can get up to that 50% discount that I've mentioned. And again, that's every year of your studies. And if you're in our Dubai campus and you decide that you want to come to the UK campus, if you're an undergrad and you want to come to the UK campus for your second year, you bring that scholarship with you to the UK campus.
Okay, that's great. You have well explained about the scholarships and different
Sorry, I have a question, Ms. Faria. Can you tell us about, Mr. Curly, that for example, that student want to apply for scholarship, you are offering on merit basis scholarship, or not the student can apply for scholarship?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Can you say?
Want to apply for scholarship, you are offering on merit basis scholarship, or for example, normal students can apply for scholarship?
Sure. So they're merit-based. Yeah. So they're all merit-based scholarships that I've just mentioned, with the exception of the sports scholarship, which is based on your skill level in your sport. So, like I said, a national or international level, you must be in that area. But generally, all the academic scholarships are all merit-based.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Ria, please.
And what are the entry requirements or Cgpa requirement to apply for the scholarship?
So they will vary depending from one year to the next, because the benchmark will change depending on the people who are actually applying. But you certainly, for the Dubai campus and the undergraduate scholarships in the UK campus, you need to be getting a minimum of the conditional offer that we're asking for, minimum, okay? But to actually be awarded one of those scholarships, you need to be looking at maybe 5% or 10% above that minimum level for the undergraduate scholarships in the UK. Like I said, with the Dubai scholarship, if you just meet our offer, you get 10% straight away.
Oh, that's great. Do you need any motivation letter to apply for the scholarship for UK universities, for UK campus?
Certain ones, yes, you do. So for certain scholarships, like the fully funded ones, so for MBA and ones like that where they're fully funded, you generally have to go through an interview process and have some sort of recommendation letter.
Okay, one of the student asked about the MPhil from Pakistan. Is he acceptable for PhD in University of Birmingham?
Yes, we will consider that, but again, it depends on the quality of the university that the MPhil has been studied at.
Okay, and he wants to pursue in PhD in School of Sports and Exercise Sciences.
Yeah, good choice. Absolutely. It's they have some great programs there, so definitely have a look into
I
it.
hope Mr. Saqib Javed got his answer, and he was raised this question on Facebook.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, go and have a look at the website. I mean, there's a lot of information in there about applying for PhDs. It depends the type of PhD that you want to apply for. If you're looking to apply for a PhD which has which we already have on our portfolio, then that's fine. You can just make an application. But we also have non-advertised PhDs. So if you've got a specific type of piece of research you want to do, then you need to actually find a supervisor at the university that can actually see if they can support you with your research first before making an application. But all of that information is available on our website on the How to Apply section.
Yes, he was asking the procedure as well. Want to apply for the PhDs.
Hopefully, I've answered that.
Yeah. And he was also asking for the scholarship for a sports program, and you have already explained before in scholarships about the sports and exercise school scholarships as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any question, Tahir?
I have a question, Mr. Paul. Can you tell us about September intake? September intake, because mostly students are very confused about September intake. So can you tell us about September intake? Student can apply for some September intake or not?
Sure. So yeah, I can understand the confusion because of everything happening at the moment. So yes, you can still, if you're a postgrad student, you can still apply for the September intake. If you're an undergraduate student applying to the UK, then generally you would, if you've already gone through the UCAS system, then you'll have an option to go to UCAS track to see about track your applications. If you've got your results already at undergraduate level and you might not have achieved what you want to achieve, then you can also look at international clearing. So we've opened international clearing actually this Monday just gone. And you can have a look at international clearing and see if the program that you're looking for is in there. And if it is, and you've got the right grades, you can actually apply for that. International clearing, we tend to lower some of our grade requirements a little bit. Not every course does that, but some courses do. So you can still apply for the September intake. We will be issuing late start dates for September as well. So if there's difficulties getting to the campus because of airport closures or COVID or anything along those lines, there will be the option to start your program online and then you arrive as soon as you possibly can. So that is another option that we are offering because of COVID-19. Now, for postgraduate students, you can still carry on making applications. You apply online. You can obviously utilize the services of HR, who we're with at the moment, and they can provide you with support and assistance in making that application. Some of our programs may be moving to, our postgraduate programs, I should say, may be moving to a January start date. So that might give a little bit more flexibility and a little bit more time. But again, we're not confirming that until the end of this month for definite. So right now, we're saying everything's opening from the end of September, beginning of October, but there may be some changes still to happen, and we should know that by the end of this month.
Okay, I have a question. Can you tell us your offerings for September intake online classes, or student can apply for direct visa?
So, so the classes will be a blended type of class. So you'll have all lectures will be online. Okay, this is the proposal that's been put forward. All lectures are planned to be online because our lecture theatres, if you employ social distancing, that you can't fit that many people in. So I'll give you an example. We have a 500-seat lecture theatre at the university. If you apply social distancing, you can only fit in 55 people. Okay, so it reduces the number of people you've got available. So what we're doing is online lectures, which will be recorded, so students can actually view them from wherever they are in the world at any time. But then what we're doing is we're doing face-to-face seminars. So smaller groups, we're then going to actually be doing the seminar side of things in smaller teaching groups on a face-to-face basis where possible. Okay, so it's a blended way of learning that we're going to be introducing. Now, what I'm saying is, if you cannot get to the university, if it's physically impossible for you to get to the university by the start date, okay, because of COVID-19, you will be allowed to start your course online until you can actually get to the university itself.
Okay, Carl, I have a question. One of the student asked, Abdul Basit, he asked on Facebook that about the Masters in Occupational Health and Safety course.
Mm-hmm.
Do you offer that program? And what are the entry requirements for that?
Off the top of my head, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, whether we actually offer occupational health, but whether we actually offer that specific course that he's asking for or she's asking for, off the top of my head, I don't know. But if you go onto our website, you can certainly have a look on there, and it will tell you all of the different options that we offer. And it also tells you the grade requirements as well. If you've done a bachelor's course in a slightly different type of medium, you can also go onto our Pakistan country page, and you can find the equivalency in terms of your grade compared to what we would accept at the university.
Okay, fine. And do you have any archaeological scholarships?
So we do have archaeology as a course, but scholarships, unfortunately, not specifically for that program.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, fine. I think we have answered all the queries and questions and covered most of the content in this live session. Over to you, Tahir, to proceed further.
Yes, Mr. Paul, thank you so much that you joined us today. And it was very informative session to all of us. And I hope that students will apply for Birmingham University. Can you say something before leave the session for students from your side?
Yeah, it's just to say thank you to everybody who's actually tuned in today to look at this Facebook Live event. Really appreciate it. And I had some great questions. So it's good to hear all of the different questions that people have had. And it's just really to say that, yeah, whilst we're in this very difficult period of COVID-19 and the pandemic is actually happening, it's just to reassure people that we are doing everything we possibly can to ensure your safety, but also the safety of our staff as well when you come onto our campuses, either whether that's the UK campus or our Dubai campus. We're doing as much as we can to ensure your safety. And that's the one key message that I think I would like to get across right now to everybody who's from around the world, basically, or listening in today. And also just to obviously clarify that we're the University of Birmingham. Please make sure you put that information into your web browser correctly. There are several universities in the city, but we're the largest university and the only Russell group that's there right now. So, but yeah, please make your applications. My thanks to HR again for supporting us with this event, and please utilize their services should you need to.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Yes, Ms. Faria, please. From your side, can you explain?
Yes, thank you for attending this session. And if you want to study for Birmingham University and wants to apply or need any guidance, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number. That is 0346 4747 002. You can call me on my number. You can WhatsApp me. We are here to help you to get into admissions and visas put and for the whole process. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you for attending this session.
Mr. Paul, Miss Faria और मैं अपने तमाम व्यूअर्स को थैंक्स करना चाहूँगा जिन्होंने हमें ज्वाइन किया, हमारे लाइव सेशन को ज्वाइन किया और बहुत ही जो आज की हमारी देखिए बहुत ही अच्छा एक इंफॉर्मेटिव सेशन हमारा रहा यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ बर्मिंघम के बारे में। आई होप वो स्टूडेंट्स स्पेशली यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ बर्मिंघम के बारे में अप्लाई करना चाहते हैं जिन्होंने बहुत सी इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर की होगी और बहुत सी अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटीज ऑफर कर रही है यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ बर्मिंघम, तो फौरन से अप्लाई कीजिए सितंबर इंटेक के लिए। जैसा कि अभी रिसेंटली बहुत एक अच्छी न्यूज आई है, जैसे कि आप तमाम व्यूअर्स ने देखा या सुना है कि एप्लीकेशन आप वीजा फाइल कर सकते हैं, तो ये बहुत एक अच्छी न्यूज है। स्टूडेंट ट्रैवल कर सकते हैं यूके में, तो ये बहुत एक अच्छी न्यूज है। तो अपना टाइम वेस्ट किए बगैर फौरन से सितंबर इनटेक के लिए अप्लाई कीजिए, हमें अपने डॉक्यूमेंट्स व्हाट्सएप कीजिए। जो मिस परिया से मिलना चाहते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल इस्लामाबाद से अगर बिलोंग करते हैं तो वो विजिट कर सकते हैं मिस परिया को। मिस परिया का नंबर है 034647470002। फौरन से इनसे कांटेक्ट कीजिए, अपने डॉक्यूमेंट्स व्हाट्सएप कीजिए इनको, आपकी जो भी क्वेरीज है आपकी तमाम क्वेरीज क्लियर की जाएंगी, आपके डॉक्यूमेंट्स का एनालिसिस किया जाएगा, उसके अकॉर्डिंगली इंशाल्लाह आपको बेस्ट ऑप्शंस दी जाएंगी। और पाकिस्तान से ओवरऑल जहां से कहीं से भी अप्लाई करना चाह रहे हैं तो वो 034647470043 पर अपने फौरन से डॉक्यूमेंट्स भेजें, व्हाट्सएप करें, आपके डॉक्यूमेंट्स का एनालिसिस किया जाएगा, आपकी जो भी क्वेरीज है आपकी तमाम क्वेरीज को क्लियर किया जाएगा। जो भी कंफ्यूजन है रिलेटेड आईएलटीएस यूनिवर्सिटी फी स्ट्रक्चर, इंशाल्लाह के तमाम क्वेरीज को क्लियर किया जाएगा। तो आज का मैं हमारा सेशन यहीं पर एंड करना चाहूंगा। अपना ख्याल रखिएगा। अल्लाह हाफिज। थैंक यू सो मच टू ऑल ऑफ यू। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Carl. Bye-bye.